The NFL playoffs are better with FanDuel because right now new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in select states. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello and welcome to the Paddock and the Pavilion with me, your host, Stephen Wallace. Today it's day 3 of our Women's Ashes Countdown series, and I'm delighted to be joined by Chloe Hill of Worcestershire County Cricket Club. Chloe will be sharing her thoughts on the upcoming Ashes series Down Under and giving us an insider's perspective on the exciting changes to domestic cricket in 2025. Stay tuned for another fascinating episode as we continue our countdown to this year's Women's Ashes. Hello Chloe, thanks for joining me on the Paddock and the Pavilion to talk about the upcoming Women's Ashes. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And talking off air, you've got some good news about your ECB Level 3 Coaching Award.
Yeah, just had it all signed off just before Christmas. So that's really exciting to progress from having level 2 to now hopping up to having level 3 award.
That's quite a different standard from level 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say quite a drastic jump. Definitely opens up new opportunities. I guess I can either go coaching to professional game or go coaching around the world into counties. Yeah, it opens up so many more doors having that coaching badge for sure.
And you obviously like coaching in your current job.
Yeah, head coach in the Bucks pathway, the girls 15s and 18s. Mainly focus on the girls side and then hop across between the boys and the girls EPP, so our like emerging player program with like the next best sort of in the county to progress into the new tier 1, tier 2 setups.
And are you seeing lots more girls coming through and playing cricket?
Yeah, definitely. And I think potentially since the women have had the funding for the games, that there's definitely been more of an interest in the girls coming through, seeing it as a career for them now, that they can just go straight into cricket and progress into that as their job straight out of school pretty much.
And we often hear that the 100 has made a difference with that.
Yeah, massively. I mean, all the girls I coach, I know in the summer, they're going to all the 100 games with their families, their parents, their friends. And it's definitely been really, really good for the girls' game.
Just then focusing on your own career first before we talk about the Women's Ashes. Now, you've played for Central Sparks, Southern Vipers and the South East Stars, and you also have been playing and been captain of Worcestershire. What are your plans for 2025 with the new tiers coming into the women's game?
Yes, obviously with the game going a bit more professionalised into the structure, I'm predominantly going to be focusing with Worcestershire now, staying in tier 2, sort of take a little step back from the professional side of the game for myself to also push on my coaching on a little bit more now. So still being able to play at a good level, but also being able to push my coaching and work on to the next stage, I guess, in life, because cricket unfortunately doesn't last forever.
So would you say then it's come at a good time for you, the tiers then?
Yeah, I'd say so. And I guess also me getting onto my level 3 last year, I think it also it all just seemed to happen at the right time. I think the tier structure definitely needs to happen for the women's game. But I guess it's just another change in the women's setup that is probably going to take a little bit of time to get used to.
Well, you missed the regional structure. I know you've been at 3 different teams, but you must have got affinity with those teams.
Yeah, definitely. And I think those teams will definitely hold a special place with me, knowing that I've been able to represent teams at a professional level and perform well at that level for so many years. I think it's sad to see them go, especially because they were starting to grow their own fan base and become their own identity. But I think that identity needs to link up now with the counties, with the men, and have a first class team, male and female county side going forward.
And is there a close relationship between the Worcestershire men and the Worcestershire women?
Yeah, I think there always has been, pretty much from obviously Worcester hasn't really been the home of where Central Sparks played. It was always Warwickshire at Edgbaston. So the men and women at Worcester, I think, yeah, always got along. We've had always had double headers over the years, and yeah, I think it's really, really exciting now seeing what the fixture schedule looks like for next season. With I think we've got about 4 double headers with the men at New Road. So yeah, I think it'd be really, really exciting.
So you like the idea of the new tiers?
Yeah, yeah, I do, and I think it will take time to get used to, but I certainly like it. And I think it needs to happen. Hopefully, it will stay like this now and we won't change again.
Yeah, I think most people will agree with that one. There has been quite a few changes. Will you be playing Worcester in a T20 competition and a 50 over competition, as well as the county knockout cup?
Yeah, yeah. So tier one and two, all the tier systems from tier one to tier three will play a T20 cup, a 50 over cup in their tiers, and then the county cup, which is exciting. I guess it'd be quite exciting to see a tier three side come up against a tier one side, which hopefully we will see. Um, but yeah, to see that they've organised a T20 finals day for the tier twos and a 50 over finals day for the tier two, I think that's going to be really exciting as well. Sort of run a bit parallel to what they do with the men, with their, well, I guess the county champs having Div 1, Div 2 in the 50 overs, how they have it split in regionalised areas.
Yes, as a county cup, that sounds a good idea. Going back to the old days of oldies like me with the Gillette Cup and NatWest Trophy, where you had minor counties playing, the top counties.
Yeah, I think that'd be exciting to see. Obviously, I coach at Bucks, so seeing some of the Bucks girls go and play in the Bucks women's side, to then maybe go and see them play against a Yorkshire or a Durham or Surrey. I think that'd be really, really exciting to see.
So your dream draw at Worcestershire, I know you're playing Northants, would have been to play Buckinghamshire.
I don't know. I think I'd be a bit, I don't know, would I be a bit biased, a bit awkward playing against some of the girls I coach? But no, I guess it would be exciting, I guess, for them to see the level maybe that some of them could aspire to get to. I guess that would be where I would like it. But yeah, maybe not play against them just yet.
It should give it a good opportunity, though, for people playing Tier 3 to measure how good they are against Tier 1 players.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think it'll be exciting for them to sort of then they can judge and see where they're at in this season come in and have hopefully have goals for the next couple of years.
And I mentioned it earlier, will you still be captain at Worcestershire in 2025?
I think it's up for discussion still, but hopefully, fingers crossed. I think obviously with all the new tier structure, we're waiting for the new head coach to be in place and all that side of it. So hopefully the new head coach will want me to still be captain.
Well, let's hope so. And keeping wicket?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, keeping wicket and yeah, batting in the top order.
Well, best of luck with that.
If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge. From worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's turn to the Ashes. As someone who's played sort of high-standard domestic cricket in England, how excited are you about the Women's Ashes, which in UK time is going to start on the 11th of January?
Yeah, really excited. I guess it's more cricket on the TV, more women's cricket. We get to see a T20 series, a 50 over series, and we've got a test match at the end of it. And I think the Women's Ashes really it's like the pinnacle of the women's game. It's where they get the most views. It's and obviously being in Australia as well, how they support women's cricket out there. It's all on the TV. So many people can watch it. I think it's gonna be so exciting.
So you'll be trying to watch and listen. I think it's on BBC Radio as well.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm in the car driving, I'll always stick the BBC Five Live on and listen to the commentary.
Do you like the format when the starting with the 3 ODIs, 3 T20s, and the Test match?
Yeah, I definitely think I like how they finish with the Test match. I think when we had it over in England, when was it? 2 years ago?
2023, yeah.
Yeah, we obviously started with the Test match, So definitely having the test match last, I think, is better. To also, like, you can fire up the series a little bit with the T20s and the ODIs first.
And the test match is a day-night match at the MCG.
Yeah, I think that'd be so exciting to play. Whoever that playing 11 is walking onto that pitch, it's definitely going to be one that they'll remember for a long time.
Now, last time in 2023, it was 8-all with England winning the ODI and the T20 series. Do you think winning those two series will give them a lot more belief that they can beat Australia in 2025?
I hope so. And obviously the new generation, I say new generation, it's just obviously new players coming through. This is going to be some of their first Ashes series for them. And I think the talent coming through from the regional system has definitely prepared these girls to go out there and do really, really well. And yeah, I certainly think we should walk away with the 50 over win, maybe 2-1 or something. Yeah, T20 I reckon could be a bit more closer, but definitely I think we're going to see so much exciting cricket.
How impressed were you with England's performance in South Africa recently?
Yeah, really impressed. And obviously Maya Boucher on debut in the test match, getting 100. I think she's pretty much cemented her place in all three formats, opening the batting.
So who do you think are the key players in both sides? I'm expecting you to say in the England side, people you're very familiar with in Sophia Dunkley and Rihanna McDonald-Gay.
McDonald-Gay, yeah, definitely. And obviously Rihanna McDonald-Gay made her test debut, which I think is awesome for someone of her age, only 20 years old, to go out and represent her country in a test match. Certainly all the girls that I played with at Southeast Stars, like, they're performers. They're on the big stage for a reason. But I think we can't really not miss that we've got the two Laurens opening the bowling with the rapid pace they've got. I think that's going to be exciting out in the Australia wickets. Lauren Filer running in with her bounces and her pace that she's got.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how she gets on those bouncier wickets in Australia. That's
Yeah,
Lauren
definitely.
Filer, that is, yeah.
Yes.
What's she like to face?
So I've only ever played. So I was in the same team as her when we were in the 100 together at London Spirit 2 years ago. And I'm kept to her in training sessions and faced her. And yeah, she's certainly one of the quickest I've faced and hitting the gloves nice and hard. She just hits that awkward length. So yeah, I think it's going to be a bit spicy on those Australian wickets.
Well, let's hope so. How important do you think is Nat Sciver-Brunt, though, to the England side?
Yeah, I mean, she's such an important member to the team with the bat and ball and her leadership skills. I think the amount of time she has won the game on her own for England, I think, yeah, hopefully she's fit for all of the matches ahead for the Ashes, and we'll see her perform with the bat and ball.
Yeah, she just scored the fastest Test century in women's Test cricket in 96 balls. And I looked up, her Test average is 47 and her ODI average is 46.
Yeah, she's a good player.
Australia have got some good players as well, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really not say Elise Perry. I think she's been one of the, as you call it, the GOAT for Australia for so many years with the bat and ball. Yeah, you'll always have her name in your starting 11.
But they've also got Elise Healy, Annabelle Sutherland, Ash Gardner, and also we've just had Georgia Vole just score a century in her second ODI.
Yeah, I think it's quite frightening when you read all the players in that Australia team, how successful they've been, whether that's been in franchise comps, representing Australia. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a really interesting series, but I think we're going to see some really good cricket on show.
Well, let's hope so. I'm sure we'll see some good cricket. So let's. Last time it was 8-all. In fact, England have drawn 2 of the last 4 series, so all hope's not lost, although we haven't won in Australia since the 2013-14 tour. What's your prediction then for the 2025 series?
Gonna have to remind me of some of the point systems.
Yeah, well, it's 2 points for a win in the T20s and the ODIs. We start with the ODIs, and then it's 4 points for a win, 2 for a draw in the Test match. So there's 16 points available.
I reckon England will definitely. I'm going to back them in the ODIs.
So 2-1 for England in the ODIs.
Yeah.
That gives us a 4-2 lead.
Yeah. And I reckon Australia are going to be competitive and bring it back in the T20s. So go 2-1 to Australia and then the Test match. Oh, where are we going to go in the Test match?
So we're going to go 6-all as we go into the Test match, which should make it exciting when that begins on the 30th of January.
I think going into the Test match, I think it's going to be all to play for. And I guess if England get a good start, obviously it's day-nighter, so pink ball, Kate Cross is excellent in the Test match with the ball. Hopefully win the toss, maybe bowl first. I back us. I back us in the Test match. I reckon we're going to win in 3 days.
So we're going to win then 10-6 then and win the Ashes
10-6,
back.
we'll take that. We'll take our first win in Australia for so many years.
Yeah, 10 years. We haven't won a Test match for 10 years, so it'll be a good time for England to win back the Ashes.
Until the other day against South Africa, until last week, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I won't hold you to that too much if England don't win the Ashes, but let's hope it's some very exciting cricket down under and you manage to listen and watch some of the cricket as well as go to work during that time.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much for being on the paddock and the pavilion. Congratulations again on your ECB Level 3 coaching award, and the best of luck for the 2025 season at Worcester.
No, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me, and can't wait to look forward to the cricket going ahead for next season now.
Thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.